Strong words from a district court judge for Asheville police after looking at video of Devin Whitmire's arrest.
News 13's Charles Perez joins us now live with the latest on what the judge said. Charles?
Well, I'll tell you, the judge's words came after watching both the video we have seen and the police body cam video we haven't seen, and the words he used were significant.
That's what he said, word for word.
Devin Whitmire's fiance recalling Judge Edwin Clonce's words at Monday's hearing in bond court 10 days after Whitmire's arrest by Asheville PD. The words were a stinging rebuke for the APD from a district court judge.
Like straight up said, the police did not follow protocol.
According to Whitmire's fiance and confirmed to News 13, Judge Edwin Clonce called out the police officers saying they, quote, didn't act appropriately when they chose to lay hands on him without first requesting that he submit to their authority. Whitmire's fiance in the courtroom recalled hearing his words.
Yeah, it brought relief to my chest that somebody in, up there in the official area is actually taking note of, noticing that it wasn't right.
The judge noting though Whitmire said he had a gun, that alone wasn't enough to excuse the officer's behavior. They didn't see a gun, said the judge. He didn't brandish a weapon. But he also called out Whitmire, who turns out didn't have a gun.
Judge straight up said it, it's fault on both parties.
For Whitmire's fiance, who shot this video, the judge's words confirmed she wasn't alone in questioning the officer's behavior.
He was just calm and relaxed, just leaning against the car. Yeah, they could have told him to put his hands up and turn around so they can search him. And they just continued escalating the situation.
Asheville police continue to stand by their statement, supported by the DA, that the officers did act appropriately given the circumstances. Also, a judge has now signed an order asking to release the police body cam footage we haven't seen. The city is working to do that by the end of the week. As for Mr. Whitmire, he's due back in court on June 2nd.
A teacher wearing a hooded sweatshirt is causing some controversy in a mountain school district.
The sweatshirt has words on it some are saying aren't appropriate in our schools. News 13's Charles Perez reports from Yancey County.
The school behind me has a no bullying policy like most schools do today. But what does it mean if it's the teacher that's being accused of bullying? A teacher in the classroom at Mountain Heritage High School in Yancey County putting on a hooded sweatshirt with a message that's getting a big reaction.
Seeing something like that from a teacher that was in front of students was really just disheartening for me.
The teacher putting out a Facebook post acknowledging her choice to put on the sweatshirt. Did I state to my pupils and my neighboring coworker that this would, quote, bite me later? Yes, she says, but also says she did it to lessen the anxiety of a student before taking an exam, saying, quote, I was only trying to ease my student's mind before his test.
They're saying that it's okay to say stuff like that, to treat other people that way.
Tim Kirkman went to the school and is now a father of two.
Being from that school, knowing that teacher and other teachers that were there and teachers that I know would have never done something like that for any reason.
The Yancey County School Board referring to the incident as a, quote, teacher apparel issue, while reaction on Facebook from parents, students, and community members suggests it's about something else. The school board responded saying, quote, it is the policy of the Yancey County Board of Education and the expectation of Yancey County Schools Administration that employees maintain a professional appearance, demeanor, and relationship with students, parents, and other staff members at all times. Yancey County Schools takes these matters very seriously and addresses them appropriately as required, pursuant to applicable law and policy. Some in the school community have come to the teacher's defense, but according to Kirkman, the message on the hoodie was one that would have hit home with him.
To think of other people as being, fat or whatever it is, and that's wrong or funny or something to laugh at.
Now he's hoping the lesson learned that day will hit home for both students and teacher.
It's just something that we all need to be a little more conscious about and be able to express a little bit more of, maybe the right thing to do.
As for what, if any, consequences this teacher may still face, well, so far there's no word,
but we'll keep you posted.
My hope is that a lesson has been learned by the students from this incident.
Tonight, Jackson County High School students involved in a senior prank that went too far will be allowed to graduate.
The district will still hold students legally accountable. News 13's Samir Nefsi spoke with a parent and has reaction from school board members.
That school prank happened on May 16th at Smoky Mountain High School. News 13 has since learned from an attorney at least 17 seniors have been criminally charged with a number of misdemeanors, from breaking and entering, vandalism, to trespassing. A small group of parents gathered for a private meeting with Jackson County School Superintendent Dana Ayers Tuesday evening.
I just can't believe that my daughter is possibly going out into the world with a criminal record because she had school spirit, essentially.
Parent Summer Justice says her daughter participated in the prank and now faces charges of vandalism and trespassing.
It is extremely upsetting. These kids were there because they have school spirit, because they love the school. I feel like if they were there for malicious intent, it would be obvious.
Justice says she requested the meeting to ask if students could perform community service instead of being charged, something Ayers did not want to discuss.
Can you at least tell us why you're not willing to, work with these parents?
I'm share that information.
She did, however, address the situation during a school board meeting.
Students' actions have resulted in law enforcement pressing charges with my support.
These children that this school and this community have stuck around for the last 13 years, not only are we going to give them a diploma in one hand, a number of them are going to get criminal charges in the other.
Lawyer John Peavy represents a number of the students charged. He says during a private meeting with parents, Ayers said, quote, "We've got to teach them a lesson," in reference to pursuant of criminal charges.
I think the school board probably needs to look at whether or not that she should continue as the school superintendent, because I think this is such an egregious overreaction to what took place.
We attempted to ask this school board member about the incident when the district's attorney ushered her away.
What do you make of all this? You have about 20 kids who just turned 18 who are now facing criminal charges.
I have absolutely no comment because this is I have no information on it.
Anyone who can send an 18-year-old out into the world with a criminal background over a senior prank, they need all the positivity you can send them.
John Peavy went on to tell News 13 from his understanding the school allowed for a portion of the prank. However, students slipped through an open window, toilet papered and zip-tied desks together, saying there was no damage and nobody was hurt. More students are expected to be charged.